I'm Michael Artis, and this is your official coverage at BeTerrific TV on all social media. I'm really excited about our next guest. Brian from Thoughtfull Toys is here.
And hey, how's it going?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
I like your haircut.
Thank you.
I think it's a prerequisite for everybody at your company to have that cut. It seems like everybody I met over there had the cut. Moddari is the toy that we're talking about. And I think this is great because I walked by the booth the other day during setup and I said, you guys need to be on. And I really like what you're doing. You know, kids really like building. They like having cars. But most of the cars on the market fall apart or the wheel falls off, and then dad is gluing it back together, or mom is screwing it back together.
Exactly.
And it's clunky, it's never right, and the kid wants to take things apart, and the ones are plastic, and it never works. And you guys have something really modular, really cool.
My name is Darryl Reed.
Really well built.
How you doing?
Kids can learn how to assemble and disassemble things, and kind of be Dr. Frankenstein themselves.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, can I pop these open?
Yeah, let's do it. Hey, here are the kits that you would buy. So let's move those over here.
Yeah, these are our deluxe kits.
Here you go, deluxe kits.
We got a 3-pack and a single. They have extra parts in them, so you can get into your building mayhem, if you will. So this is also our collector case, which we got. It's got 2 levels. You can put 6 cars or combination of cars and parts in each level. So I'm going to pop this out here.
And for a really organized kid, this is great. I'm a car nut.
Yeah, we're going to get back to that one. Don't talk about that one yet. Okay.
Don't worry, my brain functions faster than most, so I'm doing 900 things at once. It's like a pinball machine. It goes, oh, shiny. Oh, wait, don't pull that out yet. And I know. I just figured that out. All right.
Okay, so let me explain the whole concept here. You totally hit it right. I mean, we like. I built Lego cars when I was a kid, and then I got kids, and they're building Lego cars.
And then the cars fall apart because they're Legos.
Yeah, and then the thing that really bothered me is all the little bumps and it's bricks. You know, so it was built as an architectural system.
Right.
And then you're making cars.
Right.
I love cars.
I love Legos, and it's cool, but it's not this.
Right. So I wanted to come up with this idea of a kit that just builds cars that look cool. That's all it does. We don't build houses. We don't build animals or whatever. It just builds cars, and it builds beautiful cars.
So I imagine you need this tool that you have in your hand. I imagine you get this tool with the kit when you buy the
Absolutely right. Every kit comes with the tool. The 3-pack comes with 3 tools, so you can split up your kids and whatever. So the idea is
split up your kids, huh?
Well, split up the cars amongst your kids. Let's put it that way.
Some parents might want to do that.
Yeah, true. You in that corner, you're over there. So we've got this little swivel back screwdriver. It's got the little spinning thing there, so it makes it really easy. And then we got this this piece kind of is our locking piece. It's a metal piece. Mm-hmm. It's got the screws are trapped in there with little washers so they never come out.
Great.
So every time we show that to people, their eyes light up and they're like, oh, okay, all right, we're in now.
Now I don't have to search for screws for 8 hours.
So we got these 2 kind of main body parts here with fenders and a hood and a frame.
Cool.
And with that system, and we also have this whole suspension where we're good. We've got this suspension that comes out as well, and so you could swap every part with every car. Mm-hmm. And the really cool thing is that you actually get to see how mechanics work on cars. There's real double swing arm suspension with real steel springs and everything.
Independent suspension.
Correct.
And it's got wheels that move. Now, here's the question that I have with the wheels. What if you wanted to put the back wheels on the front and the front wheels on the back? You know, my kid might want to do that.
Right, you can actually swap the tires out.
Yeah.
The front actually steers. So so the steering goes in the front, the fix goes in the back.
My kid might want to switch it around. Is it possible?
Well, they don't fit. They don't fit. So they're keyed in so that you have a car that drives in. Can we see here? Yeah. So you can kind of see the wheels turn in there. Let me back up. I'm just trying to stand.
I got you. Here we go. Here we go. So I could start it here. And I could turn it that way.
Right.
And you can see that the wheels are actually turning in.
Yeah, so this is a whole new experience, and it's kind of one of those things that when you play with almost every other car, the wheels are fixed, right? You're just kind of sliding it around.
Right.
And once you try this and you go, oh, I didn't realize I've never driven a car that actually steers.
Now you can actually change the wheels out and you could rotate the tires basically.
Exactly. So you could swap all the tires, you could change. We noticed some kids like to have each color different.
Each wheel different color. So how did you think of, I mean, I know you're playing with your kids with the Lego, but how did you think of this and how'd you go for it? Because I think from what I've heard, it's a pretty tremendous story.
Yeah, so me and with 2 co-founders, we've been in the toy industry I've been designing toys for 30 years. I've worked for like 50 different toy companies, independent contractor. And I worked with my co-founder, David, and he sold his company, his last company, and he said, hey, let's start something new. What do you want to do? And we're all car buffs, so we're like, let's do the ultimate toy car. So that's what this is called, the ultimate toy car.
Wow.
So we decided, all right, but we're not going to just stop at making a cool looking car. We wanted this whole modular system. And then we said, oh, let's throw the driving in, because so David came up with the whole steering and suspension, and it's a caster steering thing. So you just push it and it goes where you want it to go. And then I came up with this whole modular build system, which I wanted this to be really fast and easy. So I can swap every part, swaps with every part. They all kind of just locate in place, and I just drop on my frame. And once I screw that together, the cool part is that this becomes a toy. It's not a building kit anymore, right? Once I locked it together, it's a solid toy. It's not going to fall apart like you mentioned earlier.
So, and I loved models when I was a kid, but it took so long to put them together, to glue them together, to wait for the paint to dry, and then it was so beautiful you didn't want to play with it because you could break it, or if you did, the wheel fell off or whatever because it wasn't robust. And this kind of combines the best of everything, and that's why I love it. And I stopped by and I said, we got to have you on. And I love the story that you guys just got together and said we got to do it. But not only that, you started here at Toy Fair a couple years ago.
Right, we did
3
a
years ago, I believe.
Kickstarter and
you did a
launched.
Kickstarter, you launch, you come to Toy Fair, you have like a table, now you have a real booth on the main floor. That's impressive. You guys have grown tremendously.
Yeah, no, it's exciting to see, and it's great to be here and get feedback from the customers, and it's one of those things that when the kids get their hands on it. We've got some new kiosks where there's a building component, where kids can build their own cars and buy them. And so we found the sales just skyrocketed because you got to really touch it, feel the weight, feel how it steers, and see that the screws don't fall out. And those are all selling points.
Now, do you ever think about putting robotics in these in the future?
Well, I heard the other guys talking about steam and STEM and stuff, and so.
Well, this is, by the way, this is part of it, I believe.
Yeah, no,
this is really a little bit of the engineering part, certainly a little bit of the science part, and
the arts, absolutely, because you're you were literally designing cars. So that was the whole thing. Is all these body parts look different? They're different styles.
Can I try one? I'm really good at breaking things. So if I don't break it,
screwdriver.
That's a good test. I'll move this over here for a second. Here's a screwdriver. I'm sure David Kleinstein's watching right now and going, "Oh my God, he's going to break this."
So,
oh yeah, you can't take the screw out. That's amazing.
Yeah, so
I can't lose the screw.
I built a model kit with my kid, and I was the same thing. I was like, oh, this is going to be great. So we sit down, we get like half hour into it, and he's like, okay, I'm out of here. This is way too long. So that was part of it. It's just something that was quick. So you notice how quick this comes apart.
Yeah, and now I could actually take the green body, and maybe I want the red thing is last, and you know what? I'll take the blue inside, and now we're going to have a funky color car here, huh?
Oh yeah. No, and then you throw that little red frame on there.
Red frame on top. This is awesome.
And there's a little bit of a learning curve, which goes forward, which goes back. I mean, which direction things go in. And I love giving it to kids, they're kind of trying to figure out which way to turn the screwdriver the first time, and you realize this is the first time a kid has used the tool.
Yes.
And then once they do it, they take it once. And they got it for life. So it's like riding a bicycle, right?
I'm going to take this wheel off.
Yep.
Oh, I'm not going to lose the wheel.
And here, let's get you.
You want to?
Well, you can grab a wheel off another car here.
Yeah.
Take
okay.
one of those.
Yeah, we'll leave that one together. Oh, I like this.
I
like this color combo. That's yours. We have to leave that as yours.
I'll pull that back here. So we actually looked at all the different cars out there. Like I said, we're car buffs, and we said, all right, what can we do that's different in this space? Because there's lots of cars. So we decided not to do licensed vehicles. There's no Ferraris, there's no whatever.
You just made a cool looking car, and maybe cool looking cars.
Right, and there's plenty of licensed cars out there. We couldn't compete with that. We looked at die-cast. We love certain components about the die-cast cars, but those are pretty much shelf toys, right?
Right, absolutely.
We looked at RC cars, which have great mechanics and awesome suspensions and stuff, but we realized you don't actually play with them. You're not feeling that. You're playing with the remote control, and it's driving off. And so you're never really touching the car. Even a Hot Wheels, you put on the track, you let it go, right? You get a pullback car, you let go. You get an RC car, you're not touching the car. So we really wanted people to actually be hands-on. And this is going back to your question about the electronics. We will add electronics when it adds to the play value. Yeah, that's a little. Yeah, you got it.
This is not hard. It's easy.
Yeah. So
you're talking about a guy who can't do anything. I mean, really, I can't do anything like this. And I have scars from trying to fix my first car, which was a Jeep Wrangler, and I just modified these two cars. This one's got an orange wheel.
Go down a little lower there.
Yep,
You're out of the
thank
frame.
you.
There you go.
There. Well, hey, I got to tell the guy switching. He's got to be a little quicker. He's got to follow me. I don't follow him. No, I'm just kidding. So here we go. We've got the orange wheel and the green wheel now, both sides. This was the car that was already together. I just took its wheels. And now this car I completely changed up. It was a full orange ride, which was beautiful. And I've made it orange wheel, green wheel, orange wheel, green wheel. And look, it works. I'm not crashing it. I like if you've added cones as well.
Yeah, so
now
we
it's
got
funny.
these little cones that you can drive around.
What's the age range for this?
We got 6 and up, but we noticed that like 5-year-olds just absolutely love them.
I got a 3-year-old I think is going to love it. I'm going to get it for him because I'll tell you what, he said to me this morning when I left. He said, Daddy, you going to Toy Fair? I said, yes. He said, bring me cars. I'm not kidding.
Perfect. Okay,
That's what he said.
You up. We'll set you up,
This
man.
is awesome. And so this is really, really cool. And so maybe in the future when you can make people be able to learn how to put robotics in and then remote control it or do whatever you would do with it, that'll make it more fun.
Right, we want to make sure that if we
Yeah.
put electronics, it's going to add to the play pattern
Right.
and not take away and become a watch me or,
I love this kit. It's amazing. And I actually think, you could even figure out, maybe the kid and dad as a project could figure out how to make this a slot car, because slot cars are coming back, and slot cars are so hard to deal with, and this is perfect. I mean, you guys have great stuff. All right, so do we have something special there?
Yeah. So we've got this line that we've been selling for a couple of years now.
And I like that you didn't go after licensed cars, because then it would cost more, and it wouldn't be as fun. I mean, you could do all.
I'm a designer, and I want to design the cars. I don't want to follow somebody's guidebook. Right?
You got a dune buggy. Now, if I wanted to put some tester's paint on this or something,
we actually
could do
didn't bring it, but we have a model that's all white. It's a DIY car, and you paint it yourself.
Very nice.
So you can get
and you
into
can
the
sticker them
customizing
up.
Yeah, you could
Wow.
do. So we got to cover.
Very cool.
We got to cover.
And so this guy.
Okay, so this guy, we had this for a while.
Yep.
And we realized, like you said, younger kids love playing with these.
Yeah.
So we thought, all right, let's take our driving component, and let me move this out of the way, which the steering and everything, and we'll put it in a car that's built and ready to go. So this is tough drivers. That's what we're all about here. So this is a metal car. It's got, it's going to have sustainable rubber tires, metal suspension, and check that. Put your finger in the seat there. That's a leather seat. So we're using little leather remnant scraps. All these materials, all sustainable, recycled, reused, repurposed.
Love it.
And this thing is built to last like generations, and so you get the same driving experience. But this is I like to call this. I want this on my desk.
I do too.
Right. But I want something that's on my desk, and my kid comes up and says, "Hey, can I play with your toy, Daddy?" and I've been a toy designer, like I said, and my kids. It's actually kind of cool. They'd come up and they'd ask me to play with my toys, and there was this kind of cool respect that they got. Like, Daddy's got toys too. He's cool, and I got to bring it back and give it to them, and they learn a lot about.
This reminds me a lot of a Formula One or IndyCar from the 50s, 60s.
Exactly. So this was kind of modeled after the cars that I grew up with, the little open-wheeled race cars, and but it is so beautiful. All the metal, it's got a really good heft to it. I don't know if you can even see. And we got a truck too. I didn't bring it down, but it fits. This truck fits in the truck bed, but. It's just all.
Oh, you got a nice little truck and
driving.
trailer. Here, let's move this for a second so you can really get a good look at that baby. You got the truck and the trailer.
Yeah, well, it's a flatbed truck that the thing fits on.
Wow, very cool. Very cool. Oh, it's got
Doesn't
a nice.
it feel nice?
You know, they all have a nice weight and they all feel good, but this feels amazing.
I know. Everybody picks this up.
Yeah.
They just kind of go.
You know, it's funny
Wow.
though. These are cool too. I was thinking I would want one of these for my desk. Right before you said this is for your desk and obviously for the kids to play. It works across the board, and you've got trucks, you've got all sorts of things. I love this. Congratulations, you guys are doing great.
Thank you. And let me just point out, this is called Enduro. This is our new line. So these are Moddari, which is short for Modular Ferrari.
There you go.
And this is Enduro because it's going to endure. This is something we want to you to pass on to your kids. And we got a Kickstarter. We're launching this Monday.
Wow.
And it's endurotoys.com, or go on Kickstarter and look for Enduro. And we're going to start this campaign for the car and the truck and see where it takes us.
Excellent. That's tremendous. Now, my son and I are big on pit stops and stuff, and you've got cones, and it's a perfect area to come into a pit stop, and the kid can go
change
out the wheels.
Yeah.
And then and big into racing. So I like that a lot. I think it's very, very cool. Where is it available?
We're on Amazon.
Yeah.
We're at a lot of local toy stores. Barnes & Noble is a big, huge...
Excellent.
They move a lot of product for us. So
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Give the site out real quick.
Thoughtfull Toys. It's with 2 L's because it's thoughtfulltoys.com.
Excellent. I love it. It's very exciting, and I love what you've done here. This is really cool, very innovative, and on top of that, you have a good story, you know,
Thank you.
And I'm glad to see you guys doing so well. You had a small table, and you have a real booth now. It's really congratulations.
It's just great to see when people get a hands on it, they really understand it, and it's been a fun adventure for sure.
Wow. All right, we're gonna zoom off and bring you some more coverage. We'll be back right after this with your live official continuing coverage of Toy Fair 2017 right after this. Stay with us.